The Denver Broncos just made Patrick Surtain the highest paid DB in NFL history. Feels like NFL players are getting that NBA money now, but good for Pat Surtain. I'd say he's probably the best corner in the NFL currently right now. I don't think there's too much of a debate there. Some might say Jair Alexander. I like him a lot, but is he the number one best corner? Probably not. Top five, absolutely. Jalen Johnson is definitely up there as well. Maybe some Jets fans would say Sauce Gardner. L'Jarius Sneed as well. But I feel like in 2 or 3 years, the Seahawks cornerback Witherspoon might be the game's best corner, but we'll have to see. Let me know if y'all like this signing. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think. I'm a Denver fan, so my thought process is kind of biased. I do like this. I do like that they paid him and they locked him up. There has been a ton of trade talk with Pat Surtain and the Broncos the last few years just because Denver has been really uncompetitive. But I'm definitely glad they didn't trade him because they probably wouldn't have gotten a fair value back. Sure, they probably would have got like a second and maybe a player or a second and a third, but I feel like Pat Surtain is probably better than that compensation. My only concern here is the injury history. He's not injury prone by any means, but he has had some injuries and he's still a young guy. So I'm just hoping that he has a pretty clean bill of health over the next few years. And another thing I want to see is him in the playoffs. I don't know if the Denver Broncos are going to make it there anytime soon, but I just want to see how he does under the bright lights. Game is just different in the playoffs. Some players are clutch, some players aren't. So I really want to see how he does there because he's played some pretty less than meaningful NFL games so far in his career. I feel like there really has been no high pressure critical games with everything on the line yet. Really played for some uncompetitive teams so far, and I'm just curious to see how he does in those high pressure moments where everything's on the line. I know obviously he has a pretty good stat record against some of the best wide receivers in the NFL right now, but it's just different in the playoffs, and I want to see how he does one day. So it's officially a 4-year, $96 million extension. And like I said, that makes him the highest paid defensive back in NFL history. It contains $77.5 million in guaranteed money. Prior to this contract, Antoine Winfield was the highest paid DB ever with $84.1 million contract. And annually, he makes 24 per year. Right behind him, Antoine Winfield, 21 a year. And then Jair Alexander with 21 as well. And, you know, week one coming up this Sunday, he's going to have a pretty good test. DK Metcalf, JSN and company. Curious to see how he does. I'm sure he'll do great, but really excited for that game. Really hoping the Broncos are competitive this year. I feel like some NFL fans might feel the same way just because the Chiefs have had their crazy amount of success the past 4 or 5 years. If the Broncos are more competitive, that will definitely be helpful for the rest of the NFL. You know, the Broncos play the Chiefs hard twice a year. It's better than just being pushovers. Maybe they can just weaken them a bit for somebody in the playoffs, like the Texans, or they face the Niners in the Super Bowl again. I don't know, man, but hoping it's a good, fun year for Denver. It's been a while since they played any. It's been a while since they played any relevant ball in a minute. I know last year they were kind of in the playoff picture there, but Russell Wilson blundered it like he always does. What he did with his entire Denver Broncos career. It's just too bad they couldn't keep Justin Simmons. The dude is a Pro Bowl caliber safety, and he was definitely one of my favorite players on the Broncos. But it's too bad he's gone. Is what it is, though. I'm really curious to see how this defense is as a whole unit. It's a really, really young core, just young guys. And the reason why is because there's so much dead money due to that Russell Wilson contract. So if Denver's going to have any sort of success this year, it's going to be because of that defense. If the defense is ass, then just throw the whole year out the window. And week one will be very telling, man. I'm telling you. If somehow Bo Nix and company go on the road to CenturyLink Field, not sure if it's still called that, but I'm just going to call it CenturyLink Field. If they go out there and they win week one on the road in the loudest stadium in the NFL, man, all aboard the hype train. But yeah, man, let me know if y'all like this contract. Overpaid, just right. You excited for week one? Do you think Denver could win on the road in Seattle? Do you think the Broncos are going to be good this year, or complete doggy doo-doo? Let me know in the comments. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
The Bears defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. Sims is handed the football.
The Bears guessed right on the defensive side that time. They thought it was going to be a run play. They were all over it, and they got it in the backfield and made the tackle.
Loss of 2 on that play. Let's go. The Rams will take the snap from the 25. Smith there to make the tackle.
You know, as a quarterback, sometimes you got to trust that arm and throw the football past the first down marker. There were guys open, but no, he takes the safe route, throws it short. Defense makes the tackle, and here we are staring at a 4th down. They'll take it at the 20.
The Rams offense failed to muster a single first down the last time they had it. Let's see if their offense this time can create a few sparks.
Well, you know the coaches were upset at William Hayes chases him down. Well, if I was that quarterback, I'd be mad after getting sacked like that by the defensive end. Your offensive tackle's just got to do a better job.
Gurley's in the backfield. Single back set. It's Jermaine Kearse coming down with it.
When you get aggressive safeties who like to get up there and try to stop the run, the post route is an awesome way to take advantage of that. Go down the field 10 to 12 yards, plant that outside foot, run towards the goalpost. Nice throw by the quarterback.
Coleman's got it, and a first.
Rams did a good job that time picking up the first down. Let's look at the situation. You're behind the second half. You keep looking to pick up those first downs, and you get enough of them. What does it do? Pretty simple. It leads to a score.
McPhee's in on the tackle.
Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
He'll throw it over the middle. Tackle's made, and that'll move the chains. That's his 4th catch of the day.
You got to be agile when you make these kind of catches, running these short drag routes across the field. That time we saw the agility of the receiver. Nice catch.
First down at the 47.
He makes the catch.
And at the 37, he'll be brought down.
Well, I think we all know the situation here. It's a close game in the second half, and you're losing. But you pick up a first down. Oh, my gosh. That opens up many more possibilities what you can do on the offensive side. Good job by the offense.
He's now over 60 yards rushing on the ground.